Big hood in the building. What up? How about the boys? The Dallas Cowboys, that is. What up? What up? How about the boys? What up? How about the boys? What up? They bring the noise. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. What up? How about the boys?
I forgot to play the other intro, but I'll do it later. And that's what it is. Hello everybody, I'm Debbie here. Welcome to episode 134 of Chilling3000 Hangouts for the 15th of September 2024. It's been a crazy day of NFL, and we're glad to bring it here to the table for you all. 10 games going at once for the first 3 to 4 hours, and some crazy drama just a half hour ago with one of the games, but I was listening on the radio to the Broncos game, so that was nice. Not sarcastically, but today I'm here with some good people here with us. We have Eric Rima.
Hello, what's going on?
Danny Lewis.
Good evening.
Russell Baxter.
Good evening. How we doing, guys?
Doing good. And Cal Victor.
Good morning, America. Oh, wait, that's copyrighted.
No, it's good evening.
Oh,
It's the evening. Well, actually, it could be morning anywhere in the world.
In Australia, it's probably the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look. It's 10 a.m. over there. So technically, if we have an Australian viewer, good morning.
Yep. So, let's get right down to business here with talking about the NFL. And Russell here will be giving us his thoughts on the first 2 weeks of the NFL season here so far. And we'll do our reports of our teams and giving us some, talking about some news that's happened here for the past 2 weeks. First, we want to welcome our guest for tonight's show, Russell Baxter. Would you like to tell everybody about yourself and what you do here as for football and whatever you cover, since for those who may not have seen the interview we did last year. So, would I like to update them?
Oh, well, I currently write for Fansided, NFL Spin Zone, Titan Sized, and Fin Fanatic. Also do some freelance consulting work. Spent 22 years at ESPN, 1 season doing CBS Thursday Night Football. Did a couple nerd bowls for Good Morning Football. Been at this for 40 plus years, having a blast. Just turned 65 years old last week, and
happy belated.
Which means I'm at the halfway point of life.
That's true. So happy belated birthday to you, and I hope you had a good 65th birthday. And,
yes, it was good. I made it through it, so that's obviously a good sign. So
yeah.
Was there any big highlights that you have for your 65th birthday? Because that is a big milestone right there.
No, I'm out to dinner. Wrote. I write every day, with all the assignments I have and so on. So, no, it was just kind of business as usual. But got a lot of people, a lot of well wishes. It was very nice to hear from a lot of people in my family and so on. So, on to 66, as Bill Belichick would say.
That's right. All right, so without further ado, let's go to our teams right now. We are missing a couple of people, but that's okay once they come on here. You'll get to them. As for Lucas and Jesse, if once they come on here, but no rush at all. Let's get started with. I'm actually going to do a random randomizer here to see who will go first. And let me do that here right now using random.org is very useful. So and okay. Now let's start with Eric. You're up first. And you have two and a half minutes to explain your team's performance this week. Now.
Okay, 2-for-1 special. The Red Sox lost today 3 out of 4 games against the Yankees. All I can say is they need to get a winning streak, or else they're done for the playoffs. But as far as the Patriots are concerned, I'll tell you one thing: nobody expected them to win the first game against the defending AFC champ, the Bengals, and they did just that. But then they come to Foxborough, the first home game of the season. Seattle played them tough, and I'll tell you what, until the end, I'll tell you what. New England, I thought New England would have this in the bag, but then I think the blocked field goal had cost them. It had not been for that blocked field goal, I think they could have won the game. But also, Seattle didn't want to spend money. They got mentioned 12-49. They got it 23-20. But the Patriots shown they're no pushovers, but they got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of rebuilding done. So that's all I got.
All right. Okay, cool. And we'll just go in order here to see who came up, and we'll go to Russell here. You can talk about your thoughts on the Patriots as well, and that time starts now.
Well, I thought it was a very good offensive effort from them. Once again, they were the more physical football team. They managed to get a little heat on Geno Smith, but not enough. They gave up over 300 yards passing. Two of the Seahawks receivers had over 100 yards receiving. They did a great job of shutting down the run, but that doesn't do you much good if Seattle was able to throw the ball with the kind of success that they had. I mean, it was a turnover-free game. Neither team made a mistake. For the second straight week, New England ran the ball very, very effectively, but couldn't capitalize on certain opportunities. And give credit where credit's due to Seattle. This was a battle of two first-time NFL head coaches, both with defensive backgrounds. Obviously, Gerard Mayo, former great defensive player for the Patriots, and Mike McDonald, who had led the Ravens defense for a couple of years. And now Seattle's sitting with a pair of wins. They beat Denver last week. And now going on the road cross country and doing what they did today, speaks a lot for them. This is a team that spent, 14, 15 years with Pete Carroll at the helm.
Yeah.
There were a lot of questions about Geno Smith coming into the year. Remember, they traded for Sam Howell from the Commanders. But they did it through the air today. Last week, they pretty much did it, on the ground with Kenneth Walker Jr., and I'm sure Mike McDonald's not only happy with the fact that they won the game, but he didn't get a couple of safeties, as was the case last week. They got nailed for two safeties in the same game, which doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Is that all I have to say about the Patriots? Got 25 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, I could wax poetically about. I think they play the Jets this week on a short week on Thursday. Obviously, divisional game, very, very important divisional game, and so on. The Jets got a win today. They looked a lot better defensively than they did against San Francisco. San Francisco humbled them, and so on. But it just goes show you around the league. We're sitting here after overreaction Monday in week one, and suddenly a lot of these teams that lost won. And it was also just on a bigger picture, very big afternoon for the road teams.
Oh, yes. And, yeah, I agree with everything you said. And we'll have to see what happens next week because, people say the season doesn't matter for the first 2 weeks. No, it does matter because if we stay healthy, get more experience, we can become a better team when it does matter the most.
The first 2 weeks matter.
Yeah, when it comes to, what can happen to all the other teams last year when they have a perfect, record as for home, or if they, go smooth for the regular season, when it comes to January, they can flop. So
yes,
Anything can happen. All right, Victor, on your NFL teams, since you have more than one team, I'll give you 4.5 minutes just for
All right.
fairness.
Okay.
And this time starts now.
Okay. I want to start off with the Bills. First thing I want to say is this. Thursday Night Football on Amazon is just a cursed program. It's probably the most cursed program in the history of television, especially what happened on Thursday night. Not so much with my team, but with the Miami Dolphins. The Bills looked very, very dominant, especially with James Cook. They let him cook, he is exactly what the Bills need right now. Absolutely what they need. Josh Allen looked better than what he did last week. And, we were dominating the Dolphins even before that infamous Tua injury. It's just.
Oh my! We're gonna get to that.
Yeah, I'm trying to refrain because I didn't know if we were going to talk about that or not separately. So I'm going to try and refrain as well. We just looked dominant. And I'm very happy that the Bills won as bad as they did, even though Thursday Night Football is not exactly the most entertaining show to watch, because even if your team is winning, and I'm obviously happy that my team is winning, but it gets old, it gets rather boring. But at the same time, they looked really good out there. They looked a lot better. And James Cook, he's a talent. He's an absolute talent. So that's what I'm going to say with the Bills. The Giants, well, we had to face the Commanders today, and the Commanders and the Giants are pretty much the worst teams in week one. And, it was more so a battle of who sucks less. That's what this game was. Who sucks less? And obviously, the Washington Commanders sucked less. I mean, that game was nothing to write home about. It really wasn't nothing to write home about. But Daniel Jones, Daniel Jones is probably, other than what I've been hearing about the Panthers, he's probably the worst quarterback in this damn league. I'm being honest. He's probably the worst in this whole league because so many missed opportunities with him. They keep on giving him so much chances, and he always squanders these chances. It's to the point where apparently, according to Sports Illustrated, Brian Dable smashed his headset after the Giants lost today. No joke. You can look that up. He literally is so frustrated to the point where he's smashing his headset. It's unbelievable. I mean, I don't know what's going on. You won, Coach of the Year 2 years ago. And now, look where the Giants are at now. They're horrible. It's just, they're horrific.
Yeah.
It's just, actions speak louder than words at this point because literally Daniel Jones, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going to say what a lot of people have been saying. He needs to be benched. He needs to be benched. He needs to be replaced with, I don't know, get fucking DeVito out there or something. I don't know. Just Daniel Jones is not our future. We keep on giving him chances. We need to cut him by the end of the year. This is going to be, I already knew it was going to be a very long year for the Giants, but this is horrible. I mean, the Commanders already played a sloppy game as it is. It wasn't a great game, but they got the job done, even if it was sloppy. The Giants, I don't know. It feels like they're not really, I don't know, at the offensive level especially, I don't know what's going on with them. It's just a chaos, It's weird. It's weird. That's all I have to say.
All right. And by the way, back to the Bills, they are now 12-1 versus Miami in the last 13 games. So
wow.
After last week. So
Sean McDermott, including the playoffs, is 14-2 versus Miami since he became the Bills head coach in 2017. And that predates Josh Allen.
That's crazy. And the Bills have Miami's number, and as a Patriots fan, I'm happy for that because the two teams I don't like in the NFL is the Dolphins and the Chiefs. Other than that, I don't really care. So now let's get to Tua's injury that shocked the every. I mean, just on Thursday Night Football, it has happened on Prime where I don't know. I'm gonna start with Russell. What's your thoughts on this injury for Tua?
The injury to Tua?
Yeah, the quarterback
what
for
you're
the
asking?
Dolphins. Yeah. What's your thoughts on the injury?
Well, he's going to have to make a decision. That's what
Yeah.
it comes down to. It's not up to anyone else but him.
Mhm.
If he's medically cleared, he has to make a decision about his playing future. This has happened a couple of times. Now, last year he started every game, led the league in passing yards, did not get a concussion. Okay, we know what
Yeah.
happened before then. So it's a wait and see game, is what it is. And we're not going to see him next week. Okay, but it's one of those things, and it's something that has become very important to the league in the last 10 years. And understandably
Yeah.
so. They're a lot more health conscious, concussion conscious than they were in
Yes.
the past. And at times, players have been their own worst enemies as far as not taking themselves off the field. And we've seen the ramifications of guys who have retired and life after football did not go very well for them. And, I'm not going to cite the names and so on. I'm sure you guys know who they are. So
Yeah.
he has to take all this in consideration. I'm sure he'll get the discussion with his family, but first things first, he has to be cleared by the medical people. And
Yeah.
that's a wait and see right now.
Yeah. I mean, safety is always first before you do anything else because your health is very important. Your family is very important. I mean, injuries can be very scary, like this one with Tua.
Yeah. Like literally,
And-
it looked brutal.
Yeah. So, my heart goes out to him, his family. I know it's going to be a very long week for him personally of what he wants to do. And, I mean, we'll just have to see what happens with, him going forward. Before I, go to it, Victor and Eric's thoughts about the injury, I want to finish up talking to with you, Russell, since we're almost up to 20 minutes here. What have you been doing, these days as for, what's your thoughts about the NFL with the past 2 weeks with what team you think is going to be a big threat for both the AFC and the NFC? And that's my first part to the question. My second question is there anything you want to promote once you get done giving your thoughts about your
No, if you
your
follow
thoughts?
my Twitter account, Bax Football Guru, everything I write is on there. So just keep an eye on that. I'm not shy about posting, not shy about interacting. As far as the league, we've gotten to the point here with, the lack of action in the preseason and the fewer preseason games, that it takes a little time to sort things out in this league. You can't overreact to 2-0 and you can't underreact to 0-2.
Yes.
And, we're right now the Ravens are 0-2. The Bengals are 0-2. The Rams are 0-2. A lot of teams that were in the playoffs last year lost in week 2. So, I mean,
Yeah.
the Niners I know it was a short week and so on, but they went into Minnesota and lost. So Kansas City struggled, had to win at the gun to beat Cincinnati, which isn't really a surprise because that's just how that rivalry has been for the last 4 or 5 years. So
Yeah.
what is very, very evident, at least early in the season, is the reemergence of running games around the league, especially running backs. And I did a piece a couple of days ago, and we'll see Saquon Barkley tomorrow night. But you'll remember in 2023, there were 6 franchise players and 3 were running backs. Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, and Tony Pollard all played for a 1-year contract last year, all got pretty decent deals with new teams, and all of them And we saw Barkley in Brazil last week to 3 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs had a big night and an even bigger day today. I mean, they absolutely humiliated the Colts on the ground today. Tony Pollard was effective again. You look around the league, Derrick Henry struggled for like 3 quarters and then got on track. Aaron Jones has been terrific. Even the back, we haven't seen Christian McCaffrey, and Jordan Mason has had back-to-back 100-yard games. So early in the season, we're looking at the running games. We're not seeing a lot of big 300-yard passing games from quarterbacks. But teams are still finding a way to move the football. And, this is a cyclical league. If everybody's going to play the pass, then get in there and run the ball. And then when everybody's playing the run, you throw the ball. So this goes in waves. This is not a passing league. There's just more passing emphasis than there used to be. So that's something I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Like I said, it was another big day for running backs around the league. And I'll be curious to see where it goes.
I agree. And as to the other part of my question, I'll explain it better here. Who do you think is the biggest threat to the past Super Bowl matchup of the Chiefs and 49ers? Who is the biggest threat to the AFC team from the Super Bowl game last year and the NFC team of the Super Bowl last year? Chiefs and 49ers.
Well, I'm very curious to see Houston tonight. That's a very talented team, and since D'Amico Ryans got there, they've not only added veteran players through free agency and trades. You can almost sense that players want to come play for D'Amico Ryans. You saw that last year. I mean, that's a team that went 3 years and won a total of 11 games, and then last year, including the playoffs, they won 11 games. They struggled a bit with the Colts, but they got a road divisional win last week. They have the Bears, obviously, later tonight. C.J. Stroud, Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. Will Anderson Jr., Defensive Rookie of the Year last year. Added Stephon Diggs, added Joe Mixon. The Mixon deal I thought was great. Added Daniel Hunter. On
a lot of experience.
So that's a team, they haven't played yet tonight. So that's certainly a team I'm keeping an eye on. As far as the 49ers and the NFC, you can't count out Philadelphia because of their playoff experience. But I'll tell you a team that's lurking, and then when I tell you this, it might surprise you. There's only one team in the NFC that's been to the playoffs each of the last 4 years. Anybody know who that is?
Want to take a guess, Eric?
I'm going to say the Eagles.
Nope.
Victor?
The last 5 years?
I said the last 4 years in the NFC.
4 years. NFC.
So you can't count because you're chewing on your hand and you won't be able to use your fingers to count.
I'm stumped.
Anybody? How about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
That's right. The Bucs.
Yes.
Yes.
They won the Super Bowl as a wild card in 2020. They've won the last 3 NFC title games. They've done it with 2 different head coaches. They've done it with 2 different starting quarterbacks. Jason Light has done a great job as a general manager. They went into Detroit and avenged that playoff loss. From a year ago.
Yes, he did.
Baker Mayfield took a little bit of a beating from Aiden Hutchinson, but they're off to a terrific start. That's a team with growing confidence. And I know we'll see.
They're playing pretty well.
I know we'll be seeing San Francisco and Tampa Bay later in the year because they both won division titles, so they're on each other's schedule. So that's a team to give it. I mean, Green Bay, depending on how long Jordan Love is out. But
that's
one thing I'll say about the Packers, they did a lot of work on their defense in the offseason, and it didn't look much better this past week.
No. Yeah, I agree. All right, so I know you're on the Patriots playbook. Would like to explain what day and what time you're usually on there every week?
Thursday afternoons at 4 o'clock. I've been doing this show with John Rook for 24 years. And, he has a lot of people on to talk about the Patriots. Not sure of the schedule this week because when there's a Thursday night game, sometimes we do things a little differently and so on. So just stay tuned. Patriots.com radio is where it's on. And it's funny because I'll talk about the Patriots, but John really has me on to talk about the rest of the league because he has people on from the Patriots and he'll have somebody on from the Jets and so on. So John and I used to work together at ESPN. He's a good man. It's a good show. There's a lot of good balance on the show as well. So that's my Thursday gig. And then I just do occasional podcasts and shows like this.
Awesome. And of course, you can also watch it on the Patriots YouTube channel as well. So it's, if you want to learn more about the Patriots, big Patriots fan, you can watch it. And also, I believe there's a number for you guys to call in as well. I believe so. Whenever that happens,
yeah, I think the number is 867-5309.
Okay.
I'm glad somebody got that.
I had to laugh because if David didn't get it, I'd have to come on. That's
all right,
yeah.
David. You might want to Google 867-5309.
Yeah.
No, I'm a New Yorker, so 867-5.
I'll do that another time. Anyway, thank you very much for coming on, and I'll let you know when we can have it on again sometime, maybe for the playoffs or something.
You guys have a good night, okay?
You too, Mr. Baxter.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right.
You too. Thank you very
Night.
much. All right. Thank you very much for coming on. And back to what we were saying about the Tua injury, I want to go to Eric with his thoughts on it.
All right, the Tua Tagovailoa injury. I can't pronounce that guy's last name for the life of me.
I can't pronounce it either.
See, so I'm gonna call him Tua T. All right.
Yeah.
Tua T, double T squared. I want to call him. Yeah, concussion is a very, very serious injury, and if they decide to keep him out for a long time, there's going to be a huge blow to Miami's chances of trying to get that AFC East, and that could be the AFC East could be wide open at this point. Even though the Bills, to me, are heavy favorite in this one. Somebody add Lucas. Tua turned the ball over.
Hey, Lucas.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
Long time
Lucas.
no see, Lucas.
So
How you doing?
doing pretty. We're all doing pretty good. We're talking about Tua's injury. So yeah, the key thing is that if Tua is unable to go for a long time, it's going to hurt the Dolphins down the road. Because and the Dolphins have to. The next quarterback's going to have to step up and do the thing. You got a good off. They got a pretty good off. You got Waddle and everybody, and all Tyreek Hill. And you get the Tyreek Hill situation. So the Dolphins are going through a little bit of turmoil right now. Between that and Tyreek Hill situation.
Yeah, that situation's nuts.
So unless the Dolphins can forget all that and try to focus on football, I don't see the Dolphins. I hate to say it, and no disrespect to Alex Putnam, I don't see the Dolphins winning the AFC East this year.
It all depends on who they get as their next quarterback, because I don't know how that situation is going to look like, because they signed him, to a contract extension until Lucas, is it like after next year?
I thought it was 4 years. I thought it was the next 4 years.
They just have a long contract with Tua, and with Tua's injury, he's going to be out for at least 8 weeks. I don't see him coming back anytime soon. Right now, they're going to have to rely on Skylar Thompson.
What the heck is this, Danny?
You don't know what that video is? It's everywhere, David.
Yeah,
everywhere.
You gotta if Tua doesn't want to turn the ball over, you gotta give him the huck to
Oh man.
Well, we gotta get her on this show. We gotta get that girl on this show.
It would cost too much money.
The corpse of Ryan Tannehill died?
No.
I don't think he's dead.
The corpse career. I think Tannehill's still alive there, Calvert.
Tannehill's retired.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's still here.
Yeah.
Anyway, finish what you were saying, Eric. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, like I said, with Tua out for a while, and the Tyreek Hill situation, if the Dolphins don't get it together, like I said, I don't see them win the AFC East this year. It could be it's created. Yeah, it could be a wide open field. I think the Bills may end up being the heavy favorites, winning that division again. So unless New England does, what is it? Somebody called Jerron Mayo or Jerron Mayonnaise. I think it was Godfather Dom that said that. As a Jerron Mayonnaise, I said, "Well, he can be a mayonnaise miracle whip. He may have to whip up a miracle if the Patriots want to win the AFC East." So, but we'll see what happens in this case. So, hope Tua gets better, and he says he's getting some help. He's not retiring, but he's getting some help he's seeing a concussion specialist. So, we'll see how that goes for him. So, that's all I got.
We'll see.
Lucas, your thoughts on the injury?
Tua, that was scary, man. I really just don't think Tua should keep playing anymore. It looks bad. Every time he gets a concussion, it looks worse.
That's his third.
It's his fourth.
Fourth?
People keep saying it's his third. It's his fourth in 3 years. Third in 2 years, fourth in 3 years.
Oh, okay. They probably just messed up. Oh, that's fourth? Oh, man.
Yeah. I saw an ESPN NFL countdown this morning. They said it was third, so I'm just like, wait, what? It's fourth.
Yeah, no, he's had 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he should stop playing and just just only be in the clubhouse or just something, because he needs to focus on his health first. That's always the big deal,
No.
Victor, your thoughts? I think he stepped away, but just in case and I guess while waiting for him, I'll set a timer here for Lucas to give his thoughts on the Steelers win today over the Broncos, which was a sweeper of a game in my opinion. But go ahead and give your thoughts here, Lucas.
For the Steelers-Broncos game?
Yes.
Oh boy. Well, the Steelers, we won again. It was ugly, but it's a win. It is what it is. I'll take it. We're 2-0. Number one in the seed. Number one in the AFC North as of now. The Ravens are 0-2. Bengals are 0-2. Browns are the Browns. They're terrible. Let's be honest here. They were insanely lucky to beat the Jaguars. I'm going to be honest here. The Jaguars, they're a mess. They're a mess offensively. The Browns are just insanely lucky to get a win today. And my goodness, it's just crazy to think about, to say the least. I will say, though, that the Steelers, it's two big things, though, for the Steelers, though. This is our first win in Denver since 2009.
Wow.
What?
So it's our 15
goodness.
years we won in Denver. So that's pretty awesome. We got our first win in Denver in 15 years. That's great news. And the good thing is the Steelers' defense in the last 90 minutes of football have only allowed 6 points.
My goodness.
Only 6 points.
2009.
Yes.
Well, let me take a look at your schedule here. Next week you face the Chargers,
I think we should
and then
win.
after that, and then the Colts. You guys have an easy schedule coming out
I
of
think we're going to go
the
4-0.
season.
I think we'll be 4-0 after the Colts game. The Colts aren't much better offensively. They looked bad against Green Bay. They looked really bad. I think the Packers completely shut down the Indianapolis. I think Indianapolis is they're just inconsistent offensively wise. Anthony Richardson has some promise, so the problem is, though, that the Colts are in deep trouble, like offensively. There's no offensive consistency. Their defense did enough to get them the win, so it's going to be an ugly game. But I think the Steelers own the Colts. We have a very good tracker against the Colts and the Chargers, so which is nice.
Okay.
But the
All right,
Steelers,
listen.
though, I'm very happy we got the win. Our defense is 3 interceptions now, which is awesome. We're continuing to do well. TJ Watt, another sack on him. That's a great thing to get another sack for him. The shoestring sack. We got the shoestring sack today, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
And we haven't even had our home opener yet. This will be our home opener, and we won both our games on the road so far to start the year. So I'm extremely happy about that.
All right. Jesse, let me set the timer here. Right.
Jay, Big Hood in the building.
What was
I'm
that?
sorry. Let me play one more time.
Timer, David.
Jay, Big Hood in the building. What up? How about the boys? The Dallas Cowboys, that is. What up? What up? How about the boys? What up? How about the boys? What up? They bring the noise. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. What up? How about the boys?
Oh boy.
Oh God, the
Jesse's-
Cowboys are the biggest loser of week 2. It's not even close.
Yes. Something's brewing
Oh.
down there in New Orleans, man. Whatever the Saints got going on, the Cowboys couldn't figure out.
The timer
Sure,
starts.
also
The
Dak
timer
Prescott.
starts now.
The Cowboys
Alright.
had a fully healthy team and were 7.5-point favorites against the. Or 7.5-point favorites against the New Orleans Saints and got absolutely blown out 44-19 at home.
I don't know what kind of concept that team is running, but the Cowboys couldn't figure it out.
You win against the
Yeah.
Browns,
Defensive-
but then you completely
Yeah.
crap the bed against the Saints of all teams. The Saints.
Well, Dak Prescott ain't really a quarterback to rely on when it comes to big games like that. He chokes. You saw what happened in Green Bay last year. He didn't show up, and then they want to give him a $240 extension, and he's 2-4 in the playoffs.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They were
Mike
going
Zimmer, great. Mike Zimmer, fun fact about him, he won a Super Bowl with us in
Yeah.
'95. So that guy has a great defensive mind. He did pretty decent in Minnesota. So
Oh,
it's just
something
that
happened to Victor.
we don't have a quarterback. We don't have a quarterback of the caliber of Staubach or Aikman. Romo was good for the 2000s, but he was like Danny White. And this is Danny White 2.0. Oh, this is Tony Romo 2.0 and Dak Prescott.
What?
The only different.
And not Brandon White, just so we're clear.
What are we talking about for the record?
The Cowboys. Jesse's talking about his team. Oh no. Looks like we have Stephen A. Smith in the house, everybody. How are you doing, Stephen?
Hey everybody.
Oh, he's got to be having a field day with the fact that the Cowboys are sucking.
Yeah.
Stephen A.
So,
Smith.
so Stephen A. Smith, what is your thoughts on the Cowboys today?
Oh, them boys, they think they're really good, don't they?
You got any Pepto? Do you know what Pepto is? No.
Awesome.
You okay there, Jesse?
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else you want to explain to the Cowboy fans, Mr. Smith?
Nothing really. I just think they got what they're coming to them.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's not
All
forget
right.
that That's Good Sports put him like Brandon Perna. He did the curse reel as he often does, and the Cowboys got cursed. So he's like 3 for 3 now in terms of the curse reel.
Oh my goodness. All right. Let's give our thoughts on what you call it. What this week, what the game of the week is for today. Lucas, I'll start with you. What was the game of the week here so far today?
The game of the week so far for me was probably the Vikings and the 49ers.
Okay. What,
That was
any,
surprising. Other than that, Raiders and Ravens was also good because even though I don't like either team, it was still good to see the Ravens lose again.
sorry, Tyler. Eric, well, you only watched the Patriots, but
Yeah.
you want me to still ask you what's your thoughts for the game of the week so far, or you only watched the Patriots and
I just watched the
You want me-
Patriots. You had me live react
Yeah.
to the Patriots. That's all I did.
okay?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at the other scores, man. You know, a lot of people. You know, like I said, it's going to be a very competitive NFL. There's no clear cut favorite except for the Chiefs, and like
Mhm.
hey, Ravens are going to be up there. We'll see what happens. And I watched the, like I said, I consider the Pats. It was a great close game. Could have gone either way. Seattle got their revenge. The Super Bowl 49. They got that.
Mhm.
Geno Smith finally got a win because usually the Patriot, when Geno Smith played for the Jets, we usually give him fits. But today, Geno Smith got it. Geno Smith figured it out.
Yes, indeed.
Seattle credit. At 1-1, like I said, the season's still young. Only 2 games in the season. We'll see what happens.
Mhm.
That's this Thursday.
Chelsea, your game of the week.
Well, what I was looking at was the Chiefs and the Bengals. The Bengals were pretty much winning against the Chiefs. I don't know if they lost though.
They did.
Yeah, they
Chiefs won
did.
against the Bengals by 1 point.
Well, damn.
1 point.
Uh,
Only one. It was a field goal too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
another game decided by a field goal.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. That's what the Chiefs do. Unfortunately, instead of doing it by touchdowns, they decide to do it by field goals.
They do it with field
Correct.
goals. You think Mahomes would get a final touchdown, but no, not the case here. Not today.
Yep.
You know what's crazy?
he was turning the ball over.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
For 2
Yeah.
weeks, the
This-
Carolina Panthers have a minus 60 point differential. That's embarrassing.
That is awful.
Minus 60 points.
Minus 60. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, Victor, but the Panthers are Jordan's favorite team.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, 60. That's a good round number, isn't
Good
it?
thing the boy's on vacation.
Yeah.
I know, but I just thought like Victor knows that because I don't know if he knew, but that's his favorite team. But hey, the Panthers could turn it around. We never know. Maybe next week.
I don't know. I don't know
what schedule they have of their Chiefs, but maybe all they need to do is, I don't know, call the refs for help. But anyway.
Call the Mets. The Mets?
Not the refs. I said the refs.
Call
the
the
refs.
New York Mets. Hey, everybody in City Field, can you help us win the game?
I said the
Flags
refs.
on the Chiefs, man.
I said the refs. Dagnabbit. Anyway.
At least you didn't call the Yankees. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
Go there.
Nothing against the Yankees. I love the Yankees, Vic. Don't get mad at me. Anyway.
Don't go
No,
there.
you're just saying that because I hate them, okay? I can care less of what happens for the rest of the baseball season. Anyway, let's go to our wheel here now. I have a wheel here.
Game of the week.
Oh, I'm sorry, Victor, because I got distracted by. Anyway, what's your game of the week?
I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers and the Lions because I thought the Lions was gonna for sure win, but the Buccaneers pulled an upset. They absolutely
did.
pulled an upset,
Yeah.
and I was shocked because I followed the Lions too closely, and I was just like, "What?"
Yeah.
The Buccaneers pulled out a really good game.
Yes, they did. And 10 games going on at once, since, at the 1 o'clock hour. And
That was hard to really watch, though. It was hard to have keep track of all 10 games in the early window.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you there.
Thank goodness there's only 7 next week, and then they spread shit out. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4 o'clock games next week. So next week's a little easier to keep track of.
Yeah, apparently from what Scott Hansen said, this is like the most games in the early window for the entire season. It's not going to be this complicated for the rest of the season.
Thank goodness.
I can't resist a good joke. I had to put it on the private chat.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Wow.
If you hate the Buccaneers that much, that's what you can call them.
Well, Tom Brady played for them, so I guess I guess
that's how much that's how much a pirate pays to get his ears pierced.
It's also crazy how the Patriots they lost. Now they gotta go play the Jets at home. Play the Jets on the road.
Aaron Rodgers first snap. Goodbye, C.A. Smuck. Oh wait, sorry.
No, Aaron Rodgers.
We want to see everybody kill. We want to see everybody kill freaking Aaron Rodgers, man. Come on.
So Aaron Rodgers has lost longer than he did last year.
Yeah, he did last long. He played 2 games. He's still healthy.
But here's the thing: at MetLife Field, their turf.
MetLife, their turf is awful, bad.
Yeah.
Like the condition of it, it's not good.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know how he's going to survive that. If he goes down for a snap because of that turf, that's going to be a wake-up call for the organization.
Yeah, because remember, they played both games not in their home turf, and Rodgers survived both of them. MetLife, that's going to be a question for the big question going in.
This Thursday on Prime, and the Patriots play him.
Here's the thing: it's TNF. TNF is cursed, so it's possible.
I'm gonna have to force myself to watch that game because the Patriots are in it.
I forced myself last week. I'm not doing it again. TNF is a little boring, and if it's not boring, it's injury prone. Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you agree with him, Lucas, about TNF?
Thursday Night Football is a hit and miss.
It's just messy. It's really messy.
With games, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. Now, as for the NFL schedule next week, before we go to the wheel, and I've got to. I'm gonna get to the baseball and repeat talk as well, but we'll get to that. What's gonna be the game of the week next week for you guys' predictions? So we'll start with Lucas. What do you think is going to be the game of the week for next week, for week number 3?
Next week, probably Cowboys and Ravens to match up with 2 0-2 teams to see who's going to get their first win.
Okay. Jesse? Sorry.
Cowboys and Ravens. I think the Cowboys are going to get smashed by the Ravens, but
Eric?
I'm going to go with Patriots and Jets on this one. Although I agree with Cowboys and Ravens thing too. That'll be the first time I think Tom Brady will be broadcasting.
Yeah, the Cowboys get Tom Brady on the broadcast for a 3rd game in a row.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
But I'm going with the Patriots and Jets because that's a very like Mr. Baxter said, that is a very important divisional series. So you can get a win in the team in that division.
Okay.
You got confidence.
I had a very difficult choice looking at the schedule, and I think I have no choice but to go for tie between the Eagles and the Saints because the Saints have looked very good. Very good.
That was my second pick as well. That was my other pick, Eagles and Saints.
And then the Texans and the Vikings.
Okay.
Texans-Vikings will be good too.
Yeah.
And
Steelers Chargers also 2 teams are 2-0. Steelers and Chargers.
Yeah. There are a lot of teams that are 2-0.
Yep. And as for Danny, I think he'll pick the Chiefs and Falcons, but that's just me. Anyway, Now, as for Ohtani and Judge, Ohtani is almost there to 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases. And Judge has right now 53 home runs, I think, right now. Or 54, Eric, because I didn't watch.
I know he just homered against Boston. Let me check that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, he did hit a homer earlier today. And my question is to my baseball, people on here. Do you think Judge and Ohtani will win the MVP with you think that would be the final MVP winners for the American League National League? I'll start with you, Eric.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're clear-cut favorites now. I mean, the way Judge has been hitting the ball, you get the Yankees in first place in the AL East so far. Not too many games left in the season. And, time's running out for all the other teams that are trying to get into playoffs, including the Red Sox. But, Judge, he keeps up the way he's been playing. He's probably going to be the clear-cut and favorite for the AL MVP. National League, same thing for Ohtani. I mean, Ohtani is on the verge of making history, being the first 50-50 guy in Major League history. Will he accomplish it? Maybe. He's right. He's right there. So, I say they're clear-cut favorites in my opinion.
Chelsea.
I think Aaron Judge is going to win it, and I think the Yankees. I don't know. I think Shohei is going to win that too. I'm not really.
Lucas.
I will say probably Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani will win, but in regards to records this year, I think this has been one of the worst years in regards to records. Like, no team has realistically been that good throughout the whole year. It's crazy. It's just really not that good. Philadelphia is only the leading league with 90 wins, which is crazy. But still, there's only 3 weeks left in the season. No, not even 3 weeks. 2 weeks left in the season. And only your best team is only going to have maybe 100 wins. That's just not good, man.
The Dodgers had 100 some wins last year, and they're probably not gonna make 100 wins this year, which is crazy. So, yeah, I agree with you, Lucas. Victor, I don't know if you've been watching baseball at least a little bit but
not really.
Do you have any? Okay, then I'll move on to the next topic I want to talk about is the Wheel of Fortune, Ryan Seacrest. I'm going to start with
It's
Eric.
funny because I was turning on Monday Night Football the other night to turn it on, and then I'm like, I catch the end of it. I was like, oh, and then I saw the new sound. I was like, oh shit, Seacrest started tonight.
Yeah. Eric, did you watch any Ryan Seacrest Wheel of Fortune episodes this past week?
Nope, I have not.
Okay. Danny?
Yeah, I watched at least 2 of them this week.
It looks like, at least from what the very, very, very little I watched, they upped their budget. It's like they future-proofed it for the anytime they do the prime time specials or something.
Yeah, and when I saw, I had seen some photos of the new set shortly before it aired, and I looked at it and I'm like, are you sure this is our Wheel of Fortune? It looks like it's in England, the way the new set is built and everything. But other than that, and also I'll mention that the week that they aired was not his first taped week. So they taped about 4 or 5 weeks with Ryan on the old set, which we'll be seeing in November. So when November rolls around, we'll go back to the old set for a few weeks.
And that was his first time hosting it, right?
Yeah. I think the one that aired this week was his first week on the new set, but his first recorded episodes, we won't see that until November.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Jesse, have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Lucas?
I don't really watch Wheel of Fortune, so I could care less.
Okay.
I will
All
say
right.
though, they actually have a good question for you guys. Will
Okay.
the Chicago White Sox have the record for most losses by an MLB team in history? Right now, the 1962 Mets have 120 losses.
Okay.
So right now, they are at 120 losses. Right now, the White Sox are 35 and 115. Will they break the record?
I think they might.
I want them to realistically lose every single game the rest of the way. If they lose every single game the rest of the way, if they lose the next 5 games in a row, they would tie it by Saturday. If they lose that game against the Padres, they would break the record at 121. Then the rest of the way would be 127 would be the most that they can have. 35 and 127. Do you think that will happen?
I think there's a 85% chance of that happening.
You think they go 35 and 127? They did win their last 2 games, but now they play
Yeah.
the Angels the next 3 series, and they play the Padres and the Tigers.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason why they went back-to-back games is because of Oakland A's. So, which is another bad team. So, it all depends on the schedule throughout the way. But maybe they can get hot this week. We'll see. But I don't know. It all
And then,
depends.
and also another cool thing is the Athletics. Their last ever game in Oakland will be on my birthday, September 26th.
Oh, wow.
Against the Texas Rangers.
Wow.
That'll be the last ever game in Oakland.
Do you have the MLB.TV app?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be able to watch that. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be able to watch it. It'll be crazy though. It's on my birthday. That'll be the last ever game in a pro sports franchise we'll have in Oakland. I don't think Oakland's ever going to have a pro sports franchise ever again.
No, not even in
No.
the WNBA. Not even for
Not
that.
even the dump. The WNBA
No.
dump. No. I'm sorry, but Oakland is terrible. They cannot support. I'm sorry, as much as passionate their fans are, they just cannot support a pro franchise. The Coliseum's going to be torn down. And it's a shame, but they're going to be the Sacramento A's for 2 years before they move to Las Vegas.
Yep. And September 26th will be their last game.
Their last game in Oakland.
Yep. Alright. Let's go to our wheel here to see what we'll be doing. At least. Let me get my. Okay. Let me just. I know what to do. Let me. Not now. Let me just copy and. Hopefully. Share screen. Okay, got it. Alright, I'll add this on here. Alright, let's see what we'll be doing tonight. It has something else to do for the next half hour or so. We already did the tier list last week, but I forgot to add that off. But actually, you know what? Since this between What You Rather and Games Tonight, I think we're gonna do What You Rather because I have the book What You Rather right here. So I think we could do that here for tonight.
It's upside down, David. I think it was upside down.
Right here.
It was upside
Right
down.
here. So, alright. I know Games Tonight is technically right next to it, but I figured we'll do something easy here for tonight. And like I said, maybe for next week I don't know. I'm still figuring out what to do with the wheel. To do it during the show or do it. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, we have 30 minutes left on this episode here. Alright. Let me go to. Oh, bless you there.
Thanks.
Alright. Let's get started. What you got? Okay. Alright. Would you rather watch a boring adult movie or a baby movie?
Oh, what?
I was a boring adult movie or
We
a
need to be
baby
more
movie.
specific. Is it adult as in like it's made for adults, or is it like a porno?
You can answer it on however you like to.
Okay.
That's it. I will
Wait,
start
so we
with
take turns
Eric.
in doing this?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Let me I'm trying to there we go. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, there we go. All right. Eric, you go. You answer it first.
Okay. Boring adult movie. All right. I rather watch a boring adult movie.
Same.
12 baby.
For me, yeah, as much as in a boring adult movie, mainly art house material, but I'd rather watch that than say a movie like what Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2. Like that would be like headache inducing.
Let's say is I'd rather watch anything but Barney.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of boring adult movies, so I'll be fine with seeing one more.
Yeah.
Jesse, what's your answer, Jesse?
I would rather see a boring adult movie than what's out right now.
Okay.
Specifically the current Crow movie.
All right. Okay. Would you rather eat a dead bug or a live worm?
Oh God. That is
Oh, who's coming in?
disgusting.
Oh no, it's cheating.
Oh,
Let me get
Jesus
another lighter.
Christ.
Speaking of people who eat bugs,
Eat bugs.
Oh,
Wait,
hold
what
on.
the fuck?
What are you
There
doing?
we go. There we
David, you motherfucker, I know you're an evil dictator and you like everything to be about you, but come on now.
go. I made a mistake, y'all. Sorry.
Yeah, I just came back from meeting some of my girls' wonderful friends. We had a great time. We were eating some barbecue, watched American Horror Story. David, I gotta tell you that whenever I do Late Night with the Devil next, which I'm gonna see what day would be best. But David, I tell you, thought this past episode was raunchy. You haven't seen nothing yet to what we talk about in the next one. If my girl's up for it, baby, are you? If it fits with your schedule, because I know you're a busy lady. Would you want to join in on another Late Night with Devil to give your thoughts on our debauchery a couple of nights ago? Yeah, sure.
What did she say?
She said, "Yeah."
Oh, well, I didn't hear her.
Wait, did you mute me?
No, I didn't. I heard what you said, but I didn't hear her.
Okay,
I
David,
didn't hear her.
I know I could barely understand you sometimes when you're talking, but is your hearing bad too?
Oh God.
No,
Victor,
it's your phone.
Victor, if Victor can hear me, then why in the fuck you couldn't?
I can hear you. I can hear you, but not her. I couldn't hear her
But
answer.
he could hear her. You schmook.
I wasn't talking to you guys. I'm talking to my phone.
What?
David, I already know
What are
you
you doing, Danny?
confessed your.
Never mind.
Oh,
So
poo.
So you decided not to watch football today, Charlie, huh? Instead you wanted to watch.
I'm not a football person. Did the Cowboys lose?
I know that.
Cowboys
Yes.
lost.
Yes, they got fucking
Okay.
clobbered.
Who are they facing?
Jay, big hood in the building. What up? How about the boys? The Dallas Cowboys, that is. What up? What up? How about the boys?
Damn, they did get clobbered.
No kidding.
Yes.
They,
By a
David,
whole lot.
like the Cowboys got as clobbered as you would get in the bedroom, David.
Oh God.
No, that'll be Jordan. I'm sorry. Did
Yeah,
I say
that's
that out
why.
loud?
That's why we have a new show. We have his new show called "Fucking with Jordy." Right? Remember that?
I've always asked this question, in a show of hands, who is gonna get laid first, David or Jordan?
Jordan's gonna get laid more first.
Who would be the third
Sorry,
person?
It's two. You get for two.
No,
Who
It's
else?
I know.
two, not one, not three.
I know two people, but I'm asking what if there's a third person? Like, who would be the third person? Other
Who
than
else is a
those two.
virgin? Okay. Who else is a virgin? Okay, Danny. Okay, if we're going to throw Danny in there, Danny has a personality. Danny would get laid first.
I probably get laid first for anybody of you.
Like let's be honest here. The day that Jordan and or David gets laid is gonna be like fucking the rivers, the fucking river is growing apart and all the other shit.
Like hell,
it's gonna be
like when hell freezes over, or whatever.
yeah, it's gonna be like like I will become a born again Christian. Let's see what else. What other things, that'll be like,
Wow.
but yeah, David has that boyish charm, but the problem with the problem with David compared to Jordan is
I'm sorry, Eric. It's just sorry.
Don't worry, Eric, I won't be here long. But the problem with David is David has that boyish look that everybody's gonna be like, am I gonna be labeled as a sex offender if I fucking fool around with David? Because
You had to go there. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know.
Hey.
Hey, Charlie, at least you won't have to do this type of stuff.
Oh, I come all the time. What are you talking about, David?
Sorry, it's just that Jeopardy's a great show. Turn on Channel 4 and watch one. Anyway.
Channel 4, Channel 7.
But yeah,
In your area, but
I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted to come in and say hi to y'all because I just got back from
you know,
hanging out with some friends and all that. So y'all take care. I'll see Victor on Tuesday.
Yes, we'll see you Tuesday. He's
Richard's really
taking over for Jordan on the
What's
popcorn
wrong,
panel. It's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be chaos, and people. It's gonna be a must see. A must see. It's just must see in terms of YouTube live stream. Probably the biggest show of the year, other than episode 100.
Danny's so big to buy shirt.
I'll head out. I'm gonna head out. I'll see you all later on. Peace, guys.
Oh God, not Mike Richards. God.
Somebody shooting with Mike Richards. Oh my gosh. I'd rather get be struck by lightning on Bullseye than.
Since David brought up Jeopardy, since he brought up Jeopardy, I had to get out my famous Mike Richards T-shirt.
Charlie, get the heck out of here.
Yeah, because this is what it's from. He hosted Jeopardy for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then he got fired.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, let's continue on with you rather. I knew that was gonna happen, by the way. Alright, let me see. Would you rather have your Instagram account got hacked or you forgot the password to your Instagram account?
For me, doesn't really matter either way.
Eric?
Forgetting the password. Sometimes that
Lucas? Lucas, are you there? I think he stepped away. Okay. Jesse?
I would rather forget my password than have it happen.
Danny?
Forget the password.
Okay. Would you rather sit in the front of in the front or in the back of a school bus? Would you rather be in the front or in the back of a school bus? What was your preference back then when you went to school? Would you rather be in the front or in the back of the bus? I'll start with Eric.
Definitely back of the bus. It's a lot of fun. You get better views in the back, especially when you look at the back. So You probably will get it. I'll get it with everything too.
Would you rather be in the front or in the back of a school bus? Well, when you went to a school bus, Victor.
Front or back? Front.
All right, Jesse.
I'd rather be in the back. You can get some sleep.
All right, Daniel.
I would say the front.
Okay. All right, let me see. Let me see. Would you rather be able to freeze time or travel in time? I'll start with Eric.
Definitely travel. Go back to the 80s, man.
Yep. Victor.
Say it again.
Would you rather be able to freeze time or travel back in time?
Travel back.
Huh?
I would rather travel back in time.
Okay. Jesse?
I would like to travel back in time to relive the 90s.
Lucas?
For travel, what was it again? Travel back in time or what?
For freeze time.
Hold on.
Freeze time easily. The
You said
problem
freeze
is, though,
time?
with traveling back in time is the butterfly effect. If you do anything, move anything, or to cause anything to happen in the past, it will cause a butterfly effect that'll alter the future drastically. So
Yeah,
freezing
that's a good
time's
point.
easier.
That's a good point.
Okay.
And you can freeze time as many
Danny?
times as you want.
I would travel
Yeah.
back in time, but I wouldn't change anything. I would just watch TV or something. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't do anything drastic.
I would go to the mall, take pictures, and then when I come back to the future, upload them on Facebook and said I was here.
Oh yeah.
I remember this store. I was at this store. That's why I went.
I would sneak into a movie theater and find out like how people would react to all these movies that we consider classics now.
I would go.
Yep.
I would travel back to like Game 6 of the 1986 World Series, and then if I see some Red Sox fans, I'd wait till 18 years later and go back.
I
Wow.
would rather go back in time to see the Knicks actually win the whole thing and win the NBA Finals, which they haven't done in the past 50 freaking years.
And I'll tell the Cowboys the time you'll die, the Cowboys win another one. Okay. Anyway, where's the
I actually have to head out, guys. But thanks for having me on, and we'll see you sometime soon.
All
See you later, Danny.
See you, Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Would you rather get some rest at least once per week or have a vacation once per 7 years?
Wait, what?
Get some rest at least once per week or have a vacation once per 7 years.
Rest once per week.
I'd rather
Eric?
Rest once a week. You kidding me? Getting a vacation for 7 years? You're nuts.
That's
Yeah,
what the book said.
Get just rest at least once per week. I just said that.
once
Yep.
per week. Heck no. I would take the vacation for every 5 years.
Jesse?
I would like to take a vacation. That would be nice.
Okay. Would you rather create a YouTube video with your phone only or edit it fully numerous times on your laptop?
Edit.
Eric?
That's a difficult one because I don't have a laptop. So I would say do a video on my phone.
A computer will count too as,
But then I sometimes do videos on my phone, then edit them on my computer. So I do both. So.
Okay, Lucas?
So repeat the question one more time.
Would you rather create a YouTube video with your phone only or edit it fully numerous times on your laptop or computer?
Laptop or computer.
Okay. Um. Okay. Let me see. Would you rather be the fastest or the strongest? I'll start with Eric.
Ooh, power. Would you like power or would you like speed? Well, at this rate, speed. Well, a little bit of run fast though.
Strongest.
Fastest for me.
Strongest.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Would you rather go to a pool party or a beach party? I'll start with Eric.
Pool party.
Victor?
I'll go pool because I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating. It gets everywhere.
I agree with you there.
Episode
Jesse?
2 Attack of the Clones.
Pool party.
Pool party.
Would you rather be a teacher or a student?
Teacher. I'm already a teacher, so.
Yeah, teacher.
I like some. I wouldn't mind teaching. You know, I've been a student already, so if I want to teach people
Yeah.
a few things, I can teach. You know, I'll do that. Teach.
Okay. Jesse?
I would rather be a student and learn.
Alright. What else? What other questions do you have in here? Would you rather drink coffee or tea to relax? Eric?
Coffee. It goes without saying coffee.
Yeah, coffee.
Tea.
Yeah, coffee for me.
Jesse?
Tea.
Lucas?
Tea.
Okay. I'll pick one more from this book and then I'll do 3 more questions up, from my head. Would you rather fly or teleport? Eric?
Fly or teleport?
Yep.
Definitely teleport,
Victor?
especially during the snow times.
Teleport. Get somewhere hot
Jason?
when it's all snowstorming and shit.
Teleport.
That too.
Lucas?
I would teleport.
Alright, let me think of something for one of my next 2 questions. As a sports fan, would you rather go to the postseason every year and not win the championship? Or win the championship every once in a while, like once per decade?
I'll go with the latter
Same.
because
Jesse?
dynasties are
Same.
no fun sometimes.
Eric?
Playoffs every year.
Yeah. Would you rather the weather be summer all year long when it's hot, or winter all year long when it's very cold?
Depends. Sometimes I go back and forth with this. I think. I think because it would be nicer to go out, I'll go with the summer.
Eric?
Summer.
Jesse?
Winter.
And Lucas.
Summer or winter? Since I'm in
Yeah.
Florida, I'm picking the winter.
Okay. Last but not least, would you rather play video games but can't listen to music, or listen to music but can't play video games?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Listen to music and not play video games.
It's difficult. I guess I love games, but I'm gonna go with music because music, has that connection that it has a human connection. It's always been like that, however human. So I'll go. And video games have been around less less than music has. So I'll go with music.
It all depends on my mood, basically.
Yeah.
But I'll go with music, even though I like playing video games, and video games do have music, so sometimes
Yeah.
I'm doing both, basically. So
Jesse?
music.
Music, hands down.
All right. Well, that is going to be it here for episode 134 of Chilling3000 Hangouts. We'll be back next week for, let me see, September 22nd, 2024, for week 3 of the NFL season. Will Aaron Rodgers be hurt or healthy by the next time we see each other
It
here
depends. 'Cause
on the
Ben
network?
crazy.
We'll see what happens. And of course, we'll be talking about baseball as for who will be getting into the playoffs, if they clinched a playoff spot by then, or how many games left, and maybe some predictions for the postseason of baseball. So, and we'll see what happens with the NFL next weekend. Let's see what else happens this week, because it's been a crazy week this past weekend. We'll see what happens this upcoming week. So, does anybody have any final thoughts or promotions that they want to
Okay,
talk about?
I have one. Stay tuned Tuesday, popcorn panel. Shane's going to be on the show because Jordy's on vacation. We're going to be talking about the 2006, directed by McGee of all people, the sports movie We Are Marshall, based on the football team
Good movie.
from Marshall University.
Great
I won't
movie.
say my thoughts on
I
it
liked
now
it.
because I have to save it for the Tuesday. But if you want to hear my thoughts, it's Tuesday. And of course, with Shane being there, anything can happen. So, yeah, it's gonna be chaos down there. They have to manage. And also, I might be working on, at least for my personal channel, since the next Sunday is the 20th anniversary of my favorite show, Lost. I might be doing a video on my personal channel talking about it. I might.
Okay.
It's not guaranteed, but I have some script written down. So
All right. And I'm gonna have to check my email to see if I have the gamer videos still, but I'll keep it posted. Okay.
right.
Eric, have anything to promote?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, all this week, you see my show in the last full week of the summertime. I'll do my Flash Games or gameplays. I got the Doug Drew podcast on this channel every Thursday at 3, and you got the Rent and Rave or Rent at 8:00, and on my personal channel. Well, I think I will do. Somebody's echoing.
Somebody's echoing.
Somebody's echoing.
Yeah. So, it's you? All right. Also, I will, for this week, I'll do a big BBE's Boston Ballers beat. I want to talk about the Patriots' first 2 games of the season. And I want to address Joe Castiglione's retirement after 42 seasons of being the voice for Red Sox radio. So, baseball. So, that's my promotion. Jesse, your turn.
All right. I'll be continuing my WWE 2K24 content, and then we will have Breaking the Chains episode 2. Hopefully, this one doesn't have technical difficulties.
Yeah. I would know. Magnolia episode of Popcorn Panel.
All right. Anything you want to promote?
Also, I'll do one quick promotion. Check out Pay and Game Pick'ems every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be me, Alex, and Tiny Tim going over our picks for the NFL Week 3. Other than that, I don't have much planned. I'll probably go live tomorrow morning, just talk about a little bit of the game, a little bit like a post-game reaction. But otherwise, yeah, that's about it.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, that's gonna be it here. I'll make sure to play the new intro for next week. I made a mistake on it today, but that's okay. We'll see you next week for 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the 22nd of September. So, and I'll be on Right Podcast this Thursday to film for Jory. So, feel free to tune on there. And also, before I go, I just want to say to give my congratulations for Castiglione and his retirement, like Eric just mentioned. 40 plus years of radio voice of the Boston Red Sox. Made me a little bit sad to hear about it today, but with John Sterling retiring earlier this year as well, I kind of saw this coming, so it wasn't a big surprise. Because it feels right for both of them to go out this way. But the good news, Joe did say in his Nesson interview that he'll be like a little substitute radio broadcast. And I was sure, if Froman is not there, so I guess there'll be a chance that we'll, hear him again next year. But my big congratulations to Joe, and thank you for all you've done for the past 40 plus years. And it means a lot to a lot of us here in Boston. So with that being said, have a good night.